All right, man. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Goodfellas Sports TV. And Lil Wayne had 50 Cent on his show on YouTube, and I put the link in the description. They start at the 20-minute mark where he reveals why Mike Tyson don't like Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, his story a little bit murky, and I'll explain that as we go. But I do appreciate everybody for tapping in. But basically, he said that Floyd Mayweather played for a lawyer of a woman that had accused Mike Tyson of rape. Now, in the interview, he says the first time that Mike got accused for rape, Floyd Mayweather was approximately 14 years old. So right then and there kind of make his story a little bit murky, right? But maybe you talk about it was another time that came up when Mike was accused of rape, and basically he said that when Mike ran into the girl, she changed her story up. And he just loved talking about Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He just can't keep Floyd out his mouth, but he basically said that Mike Tyson didn't like Floyd because he paid for the lady that was accusing him of rape. He paid for her lawyer. And he went in talking about how Floyd be tricking and said if Floyd liked a chick, he'd buy her ATV, or he bought this girl an ATV instead of just saying he wanted to lay the pipe or he wanted to hit. And you know he always gonna joke around. He got the gift of bars and just talking shit, and Floyd don't have that gift. We all know that. But my whole thing about it is that's personal. That's between him and Mike. Now you got to remember also the dude that shot 50 Cent 9 times was a member of Mike Tyson crew. A lot of people don't know that. And he brought that up. He said, Mike Tyson even dedicated a performance to the dude that shot me 9 times. And he also talked about how Mike pulled up on him one time in the Cadillac and said he didn't like Floyd, and he said he thought he was going to have to fight Mike Tyson. He was scared of shit, and he basically told him that Floyd needed 50 because Floyd was running through his money like he was running through his money and letting people taking advantage of him. And then he said, Mike pulled off and shit. So they got history, Even 50 and Mike got history, but, you wonder why, Mike Tyson, jumped at Floyd Mayweather at the WBC convention or whenever they were celebrating them, and Floyd didn't flinch. It seemed that if 50 is telling the truth, I don't know what it is about Floyd and Mike Tyson. They do know it can be multiple kings on the throne. And Mike Tyson acknowledged that he was really, really good. He was a great fighter. And Mike Tyson is one of the more knowledgeable boxing aficionados out there. He know all about the kid chocolates and all about the old heavyweights. He knows his history. He used to watch the film. So he know Floyd is a really, really good fighter. But in America, let me explain this about blacks in America. It always seems they be fighting for the throne, especially in boxing. You just couldn't be the king of your time and I'll be the king of my time. They still jockeying for position. The old fighters don't never want to let the young fighters shine. And that's a big, big, huge issue that plagues boxing. Instead of us working together and building up the next new black champion or heavyweight, we want to tear each other down. And you see that going on with Deontay Wilder. It was more black Americans that was happy that Deontay Wilder lost than anybody else. And I'm not talking about fans. I'm talking about, former heavyweights and former boxing aficionados, and, it's just a sad truth. But if Floyd Mayweather did pay for that lady's lawyer to throw Mike Tyson back in jail, that was hella weak. You know what I'm saying? I want to know exactly where that came from. Was that just a girl that you was messing with and you liked her and she asked you to pay for the lawyer and you paid for the lawyer just because y'all was kicking it? Or did you pay for the lawyer out of spite of Mike Tyson? I don't understand why he's still jealous of Mike Tyson to this day. Now, it's always 3 sides to the story in this one. 4 sides. It's 50 side, the truth, Floyd, and Mike Tyson side. Now, Floyd might come out and say that ain't true, at all. It's not true. Mike Tyson might come out and say it ain't true. But that's why Tyson hate Floyd. He got a valid reason, and basically he intimidated the girl not to press charges because she ran into him and she dropped her case. Now, this couldn't be the first time he was charged with rape, because that Floyd was like 14 years old. But it do sound like some shit Floyd to do, you know. Floyd undermine people all the time and undermine his fighters, you know. So if Floyd did that, man, greasy, weak, sleazy. But once again, people be trying to say 50 don't be snitching and telling. 50 tell everybody business. That's snitching. Like it or not, going out here telling personal business and personal beefs and shit when nobody asks you, but, you know, he get away with it because, you know, he popular, he funny, he got the gift of a mouthpiece. So people don't really stun him like that. But to be honest, if Floyd out here pulling them moves, but it's really not hard to believe, to be honest, because Floyd is the same dude that popped his man's girl off. She killed the girl. He killed her. The husband killed her, and killed him. He killed himself. And Floyd was at the Clipper game the next night, the same day or something like that. Like it ain't nothing happened. So he pulled moves like that, bro. But you know, if I'm Mike, you know, and I'm Floyd, I hate Floyd too if he did some shit like that, trying to throw me back in jail. And then it couldn't have been the first time. So, you know, if he did do that, Mike could have been going away for a long time. Excuse me. He could have been going away for a long time. So if somebody trying to fund a story that wasn't true, or trying to throw me in the penitentiary, I hate him too. So, hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. I'll put the link in the description so y'all believe 50 or not. But I can see Floyd doing shit like that. But I want to know if Floyd did it or not. You know? So we'll see. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links in the description. If you got business questions, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is share the video. But let me know what you guys think. I'll put that interview link in the description or the source link. It's at the 20-minute mark, but the whole interview was fire. Want to make a donation, just share the video. But Cash App, PayPal, description. One time, we're done.